Hey, what's up guys? I'm Tim from TRG Restorations. If you guys enjoy restoration videos, you've landed on the right channel. So feel free at any time during this video to hit the subscribe button, subscribe to my channel, and check out the rest of my awesome videos. So I was actually lucky enough to get Evaporust to sponsor today's video. If you've ever seen any restoration videos, you've likely seen somebody using Evaporust. So now that I've got my hands on some, I want to really put it through its paces and see just what it can do. So we would all pretty much expect it to work on pieces like this, just a little bit of surface rust. So if someone were to tell me that it would take the rust off of pieces like this, it wouldn't take a whole lot of convincing for me to believe that was true. And if you've seen somebody else use it in the video, it might not be too hard to believe that it would work on a piece like this as well. This is decades of rust and discoloration. You've seen other videos where it just clears this down to bare metal, makes it look brand new. So it's not too hard for me to believe that it's going to work on these as well. However, on the extreme side of things, during my toy restoration endeavors, I occasionally run into something like this. As you can see, this has definitely seen better days. This has years and years of rust and pitting, material loss. Looks as though it spent its life maybe face down in a bucket of water. And just for comparison, here's one from my private collection. This is what it's actually supposed to look like. So we're going to really put this Evaporust to the test and see just how well it performs on a piece like this. So we're going to take just a second to break this down and get rid of all the plastic parts. Okay, now that we've got this completely broken down, it's time to get it in the Evaporust and see just what this stuff can do. Now, the cool thing about Evaporust, they sell many different sizes. You can get anywhere from a quart all the way up to a 55-gallon drum. The great thing about these sizes, this is the 3.5 gallon. The 3.5 gallon and the 5 gallon bucket come with this handy dip basket. So in reality, I don't even have to have a separate container to soak my parts in. I can just dump around in the bucket, put the lid on, let it sit, come back when it's done, just pull the dip bucket out and I'm ready to go. But for the video, for visual effect, we're going to use these clear containers just so you guys at home can see what's actually happening. Alright, and we're all set. That's all there is to it. We're just going to let it soak, let the Evaporust do its thing. Hopefully when it's done, we'll have nice, clean, bare metal. The instructions say anywhere from 30 minutes to up to 12 hours, possibly overnight, depending on how bad the pieces are. I think the wrench and the clamp might be one of the 30-minute pieces. The pliers could be one of the 12-hour pieces. And I would definitely say the Jeep is one of the overnight pieces. Let's let these soak, enjoy a little fast-forward camera action, and I'll see you guys when these are done. So this has had about 15 hours to soak. These I probably could have taken out a lot sooner than that, but it was late, I was ready to go to bed. I could definitely tell it was working, and if anything else, I guess it kind of proves that you can't really overdo it. This probably would have been done in about an hour, but 15 hours later, I don't see any damage, so just further proves that it dissolves the rust and not your metal. So let's go ahead and take these out. The instructions say to take them out and rinse them off. So we're going to do that real quick. You can already see quite a difference. I'll get some better pictures and zoom in on these in a second. And now for this one. We'll get all this rinsed off and really take a good look at it. So I've got everything rinsed off. Now let's check out just what a difference the Evaporust made. We'll start with the wrench. See a nice before and after. And you can definitely tell the difference from the side that was in the Evaporust and the side that wasn't. And again, this is just got some cheap chrome plating on it. But as you can see, the Evaporust didn't hurt the chrome plating at all. It just dissolved that little bit of surface rust that was on it and left the chrome plating alone. Next is our clamp. This thing had a good bit of surface rust on it. You could barely see the lettering. But now it's completely clean. There's not a bit of rust on it. The screw moves freely. And it's as good as new. Now the old pair of pliers I had, these had quite a bit of surface rust on them, a lot of years of aging and discoloration. But you can definitely see the difference it made. Moves much more freely. And you can tell the difference on the handles, the part that I didn't have any Evaporust versus the part that was. You can definitely tell the difference, and if I had done the entire thing, these would be ready to go back in the drawer and be put to use. And last but not least, the Tonka Jeep, pretty much night and day. So as you can see, across a wide range of materials, varying degrees of rust and damage, Evaporust knocked it all out like it wasn't even there. And one last thing before we call it a day on these projects, Evaporust also makes a rust block. That's to protect the bare steel after you've removed all the rust. Basically, once it's had its turn in the Evaporust, we've taken it out, rinsed it off, dried it. We're just going to spray it down. This will protect the steel and block new rust from forming for up to a year. Now we'll just let that air dry, and we won't have to worry about these pieces again for at least another year. And one last thing before we go, the Evaporust is completely reusable, so we're just going to add it back to our 3.5 gallon pail. And it's ready to use for next time. As far as how long this will last, the instructions say use it until it doesn't work anymore. You might have noticed it darkened up a little bit. I've seen other people's videos, the Evaporust they're using, it's as black as ink, it still works great. So I'm guessing the usage life out of a pail this size has got to be pretty great. You don't have to worry about filtering it or trying to keep your parts out of any sediment that settles at the bottom. This dip basket doesn't quite go all the way to the bottom. You get about that much of a gap, so any rust or anything that comes off, it's going to settle at the bottom. Your parts are going to be suspended in the dip basket, and your Evaporust is going to be doing its job, and you're not going to have anything to worry about. And the great thing about buying in this size, everything's self-contained. I don't need any extra containers. I can just take the lid off, drop my parts in, put the lid on, let it do its thing, get my part out when I'm done, put the lid back on, store it away until I need it the next time. If you guys want to check out the rest of Evaporust products, I will leave links in my video description. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, leave a comment. And if you want to see me restore more stuff like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching everybody, and I'll see you next time.